Welcome to the next episode of Bee's Garage.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Bee's Garage. Here in the garage today, working on the truck. We're going to do some more tear down today. Get some of the interior out, start disconnecting the wiring, all the little odds and ends, things that need to be done to get this cab off so we can get it blasted, start getting the metal worked on it. Bring you up to speed. A couple things have changed here in the garage. We got the grill mounted. That's the old grill off the truck. That's not going back on with the new project, so it's gonna, I'm not selling it either, so it's gonna be wall art now. So the new grill is mounted. Got my cow picture up. My dad gave me that. Those are not familiar, so a lot of people think that Florida is Disney and beaches, and in reality here in Florida we have a lot of cattle here. Florida's actually cattle country, and here in Marion County and Ocala where we live, we have a lot of cattle farms around here, and it's actually the horse capital of the world. So my day job, I work out in the field all day, and when you come up on some of these cow pastures and you park on the side of the road and we're doing work, that look that they're giving you in that picture is exactly how they look when they stand on the side of the road looking at you through the fence. So that picture is very realistic when it comes to how cows look at you. So I just like it. So the cow picture has now become part of the garage. I moved Mr. Trump over there behind the fishing poles, which is also kind of funny because it makes him look like he's behind bars. So now he's serving French fries from prison. It's kind of funny. We got my Florida cracker plate back up. My friends Jen and Jimmy gave me that, as well as our collectible plate from Disney that Uncle Mark gave us. So we made some more design changes here in the garage. Everything's constantly changing. Air compressor is finally in. That was a 2-month process. The saga continued, and we've got our air compressor in now. Cutting torches are set up, and welders getting set up. I got to get argon for that. So tools are coming together, and then here we have the truck. Today, like I said, we're going to start working on getting the interior out. Literally up until today, I can get in this thing, start it up, and actually still drive it. So once we start disconnecting the wiring, getting the rest of the interior out, this is it. No more driving the truck. It'll be disconnected. So interior comes out, wiring comes out, steering column will be coming out, and then we're going to come around the front, get rid of all the wiring and anything disconnected to the connected to the firewall, so we can officially lift this cab off of here.
The leg bone's connected to the foot bone.
Got a friend of mine locally, owns a concrete company, and he runs his own concrete work. He has a mini excavator and a skid steer, so when we're ready, he's going to come over and we'll have a video of that. When we're ready, we're going to strap the cab up. I've got lift straps, and we're going to rig this thing up. We'll roll it out the front. He's going to come over with his equipment and literally just lift the cab off for me and set it on a set of 4-wheel dollies. Done, simple, easy, out of the way.
Crane.
I'll get his official information for the next video when he comes to do that. So if you're in the Ocala area and you need concrete work done, the guy's one of the best there is in the area. So I'll make sure you get his information so you can look him up for any concrete work you need done. And so let's go ahead and get started.
Which way are you going?
I'm going around that way to get the tools.
Buffalo girls go around the outside.
So the seat's coming. I'm going to take the seat out first, and the seat shifter are going to come out first. The shifter is so this is actually a custom piece of work I did. I wanted this shifter in this truck, and I didn't want it down on the floor because that's too far of a reach. So I found this shifter mount online. Competition Engineering makes it. and I believe it's actually for a drag racing application. So I used it for mine. So what I did was I just cut it to height, mounted it where I wanted it, put the shifter on top of it, and then what I did was it's got a plate mounted to the floor, put a pin in it. So when you want to move the seat up or down, you pull the pin, rotates out of the way, move the seat forward and backward, put it back, put your pin back in. Cool little thing. This is actually going to be in the new rebuild. So when I do rebuild the truck, this is staying. The seat is not. The seat we're actually going to get rid of.
Oh, I love this seat.
Well, I love the seat, but you even...
I know. I want bucket.
You even told me yourself that you didn't want to replace the seat. So with the color change, the red's not going to go with the new interior. New interior is not going to go with the red. So our options are: we can have the seat recovered to match the new interior, or we can just sell this and buy something different that's going to match the new build.
No, so it's done so well.
Yeah, it's a beautifully done seat. Unfortunately, the guy sold the business, but Newark, Delaware, Jesse Wilson, I think his name was. Jesse used to run the Vinyl Doctor out of Newark, Delaware. And I believe he sold the company now and just kind of went back into corporate work. But the guy did a phenomenal job with this seat. Custom interior, he custom did the whole seat for me and put
a beautiful seat.
Custom embroidered Chevy emblem in the middle. It's all his work. Did all new padding inside, and it even has heated elements in it. So it's actually a heated seat. Obviously here in Florida, I don't need a heated seat. But when I was living in godforsaken Delaware, the heated seat was kind of nice to have. So yeah, so we're going to start by taking the shifter out first. Pull the pin.
No, we're going with like a bucket, like a tan or cream bucket, right?
Like a buddy bucket type system with like a metal console type thing. Shifter comes out. You take those two pins. Playing with my balls here. Screw the ball off. That comes off. Cover comes off. That's that. And then I gotta get the screwdriver. This little C-clip will come off of here. Once this connects, the cable will come off. There's a screw here. Once you take that off, we can pull the cable off and then pull the whole shifter out like it is. Let me go get the
screwdriver.
Tools I need.
Tools. Don't be a tool. I'm just here for the comedic relief.
That's it.
Truck sprinkles.
And I didn't lose it either.
Ooh. By the way, guys, we are looking into a new camera with mics, so that'll help with the sound. You'll be able to hear us a little better. Though I don't know if you really want to hear my husband.
You don't want to hear me, I assure you that.
But we're looking into that. YouTube is a learning lesson. As you do it, you learn a little bit every time. Which one has the right hole, babe?
Well, there was a time. you know the old saying, when you're a sailor in a storm, any port will do. I'm going to keep that with that so we don't lose it. With this build, I do have plastic baggies over there, and I tag and bag every part that I'm saving so that I have it again to use. And then with that guy comes off. Save our pin. Actually, that's going to be a little loose on that guy, so we'll save that with those parts there. And that's it. Shifter's out. Cable will actually drop down when I disconnect from underneath. It'll actually drop down. I'll pull it up from the bottom up. But yeah, once I disconnect from the transmission, we'll pull that out. Cable will be out, and that'll take care of that.
was thinking there was glass there. I was going to say, I'm looking at you through the glass.
Glass is down there.
But the glass is down there.
The glass is down
So
there.
scratch that.
So I don't know if you can sing that on camera. That might be a copyright issue. Goddamn Facebook.
Facebook.
YouTube, I mean. Well, Facebook's bad too, but YouTube and their copyright issues. Put my balls in the bag. At my age, my wife just keeps them for me.
Yeah, right. Not even close.
Right. Shifters out. So next up's going to be the seat. On that side over there, I've actually already disconnected taken the bolts out.
Hold on one second. And in case you guys want to see, this is what did happen to the old windshield.
Yep.
It's broken.
Yeah, also got B's Garage going on TV. That stream's 24/7 around here. I got to get my views up, you know what I'm saying? So, bucket seats on these things, if you've never done one. The brackets underneath it here, there are 4 half-inch bolts that hold these in. 1, 2, and then back here 3 and 4 bolts. I've already done the passenger side. Didn't get that on camera. But I'm going to go over and do the driver's side now. A couple of these you can actually sneak them out with a ratchet. Other ones are in there kind of small. There's not a lot of room, so you got to use a wrench and do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, knowing me, the way I put this thing together, they may not all be in there anyway. I might have a couple missing. Just like the truck owner, there's a couple screws loose. But when we put the new seats in, we're going to do it the right way. I promise. Side. I put one in that side. I did put one in that side.
So now you could just film this whole thing and not talk and then make it fast forward with background music,
Yep,
right?
fast forward with background music.
So if nobody wanted to hear you,
Yeah, if no one wants to hear my god-awful voice,
we could bypass
I
that
could
whole
bypass that.
thing.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, you can only watch me taking nuts and bolts out for so long. I mean, that's why with the most recent video 6, I kind of just fast forwarded through I edited out some of the taking bolts out, because really you just want to see the stuff going in and out of the truck. You don't need to see me taking bolts out. There's nothing exciting about that. Well, unless you find joy in my pain and frustration sometimes. Joy and pain, sunshine
And rain.
and rain. Damn copyright issues again. Facebook's going to tell me I didn't have
YouTube.
YouTube. I keep saying Facebook. YouTube's not going to tell me I didn't have the proper. Oh, hey, gas pedal. We can take that out real easy too.
Gas pedal. Sorry.
Boop. There we go. Gas pedal. There's just two little
Where'd
balls.
the foot go?
I took the foot out a while ago.
Oh, I love the foot.
There's 2 little balls that go in these holes here, and that's how your gas pedal holds in there. 2 balls. All right, gas pedal. Should say seat.
He's got it so well organized.
Well,
Y'all see?
I'm gonna.
Do y'all see how organized that is?
I mean, somewhat. Everything's tagged and bagged. I don't know if it's necessarily organized, but.
I'll tag him, bag you.
But you know what? We have the power. We could just start a new bag.
Ah! You know it, walking. Tag and bag.
Seat.
This will be one of those great fast forward parts.
Yeah, because let's be honest. Who wants to watch you putting bolts in a bag? And that's it.
And we put our tools away.
Well, we try to clean up after ourselves as much as possible. I work on my truck in my garage barefooted at times. I don't know. I played in the band for years, and when I played in the band, I played barefooted. And probably because I grew up in Newcastle, maybe something about barefoot. I don't know. Now, when you see me in here welding, or cutting, or working with metal, I'll have shoes on, I promise. But for little disassembly stuff, I'm barefooted. And you'll see, you know, like always, it's just a little under 80 in here today.
It's beautiful.
Always
it's breezy.
beautiful here in Florida. A little sticky, but other than that, we're good. So now with the seat, once you take those bolts out, that's it. The seat comes right out. Drop your seat belts down. Luckily, there's no doors on this thing, so we can just
Slide it on
go
out.
out.
Goodness, girl, you got something connected.
Yeah, we're good. Just
Oh.
wires.
Okay.
They're not hurting nothing.
Okay.
Yep. That is for the heated seat. That's all. I already disconnected those.
Okay.
Yep. That's it.
Got ya.
Seems out.
You kept this pretty clean for the most part.
I mean, not bad. Oh, wait. What's that? Ah, I was number 817. Oh, I found a dime.
That's supposed to be good luck.
Could be. I mean, somebody dead came and visited me.
Yeah. What if you're dead on the inside? Does that count?
What?
What if you're dead on the inside? Does that count?
I've been that way for years.
Ooh, can I sit on that thing?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, you can sit on that thing. Yes. Yes, you can. That. Any of this wiring that's in here, some of this is for the stereo. I had a little power amp in there that was wiring my lower speakers. Some of these are seat speakers.
What
These
is
are
this
actually
crap?
Crap?
That's foamy.
It's just foam crap that came off the
Oh, okay.
inside of there. And this is Eastwood sound deadening
Got ya.
crap.
We got that at Carlisle, didn't we? Some of it?
Yeah, Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all these old wiring, I'm just gonna not worry about that. These wires here are for the heated seat, so they will go with the seat when I sell it.
Sell it? Wow. Hi. And hey, just for fun, here's a daylight look. Ooh.
For funsies.
For funsies.
We got a few modifications we are going to make to the motor too.
Including, I like this fun little, what is this green thing? The green thing.
Green thing.
With the liquid in it. That's like antifreeze, right? Shut
That's
up.
antifreeze. So that is Clearview. It's a glass. It's just a glass Clearview that goes. It's a spacer that goes between your water neck and your intake, and you can just kind of watch the coolant go through. It's a fun little thing. I like it. Okay, seat belts. Seat belts are going to come out. If you never take a seat belts out of a C10, it's just one bolt. They're threaded, so you can't see them real well. But the seat, those bolts I took out of the seat brackets, there's actually threaded holes in the floor. and they thread right in. Same with the seat belts. I took one out already out of that hole. They're hard to see because this sound deadener almost melts on there, so they're hard to see, but there are threaded holes there that'll get cleaned up, and threaded hole there, and then seat belts 1, 2, 3. I believe they're usually a 13/16 bolt. Let's see. Oh, 13/16.
Look at that.
Not bad.
You found the right hole.
You might think I've done this once or twice. You might think I've built this truck once or twice before. I'm gonna build it again.
So originally it was like a baby blue farm truck. The seat on the original one was like all roached out, ratted out. And then we got rid of that and we got it's like a 70s Cadillac seat.
Yeah, so it was a seat out of a 70 Cadillac.
And that thing was awesome, but it was too short for the cab and you couldn't move it. But it was super comfortable. And then we got that seat. And now we'll move to buckets. Not sure when this video will come out, but I do have a cousin with a birthday coming up. So happy birthday, Sarah. And I have cousins that are twins with their birthday coming up. Happy birthday, Pete and Liz.
There it is.
And there we go.
And if you're wondering, hey, you got an air compressor now. How come you're not using air tools? Because I have the compressor, but I don't have the tools for it yet. So we're getting there. Collection's getting built. We're getting there. The other thing is the compressor. I mean, while I'm going to use it for air tools,
I hit my head.
I primarily bought the compressor to use for
To compress things. You're welcome.
The compressor was primarily built to use for running a paint gun when I go to paint the truck, and for running a plasma cutter. I'm buying a plasma cutter. So when I get the plasma cutter, I'll have an air compressor for my plasma cutter, and I'll have an air compressor to use for painting the truck. So that's the primary reason for the air compressor. However, once I get the money to build and add more tools, then I'll start doing more everything with it. But
There we go.
and she's out. Now, seatbelt wise, I don't know if we're going to reuse these seatbelts or not. Kind of depends on what seat we end up going with the new seat. So we will see, but in the meantime, these will get stuck over here on top of the
Pile.
reused pile. We'll take a bag. We'll write seat belts on it. Stick the bolts in there.
What are you doing next?
Good question. Okay, so this here is my lockup controller for my 700R4 transmission. If you have 700R4 and you know about the lockup converter, B&M makes this really nice lockup controller. I've got this wired in, and then I had it tucked inside the glove box because you can set the speed at what your lockup kicks in at, and then once you set it, you pretty much you set it and forget it. So I didn't need to have it out, so I kind of had it tucked inside the glove box. But that's what that is, and that's going to go back in. And I just had it velcroed in there. That's nice and easy. We'll just disconnect that guy, pull its little plugs out, boop, boop. And on the rebuild, that will go back in. Just goes through the hole, boop. Drop that down. That's done, that's out. And then we save that. Glove box. You've never taken one of these guys out. They're super simple on these trucks. That was just a rubber bumper. We'll get new ones.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers. I
There's,
think
it's kind of dark, but there's a couple little Phillips head screws in here. And you just boop, boop, take them little Phillips head screws out, and that glove box will come right out of there. Typically, if you have a heater box in there, they can be a little bit of a pain back in here to wiggle it back out. But living in Florida, I don't need heat in this thing, so there's no heater box back here to worry about. So this thing should just drop right out.
Drop it like it's the glove box.
Like it's
The glove box.
drop it like there's no heater box.
No heater box.
Huh, well, that one's missing. I didn't even put that one back in. That was pretty smart. I must have knew I was going to take this out again. All right there, Mordecai.
Mordecai.
Oh, there's the one that fell out. Right there. So yeah, glove box is out.
Glove box.
Super simple. That's the little latch thing that goes up top. We took that out too.
Latch.
Eventually, like I said, we're gonna blast this whole cab down to bare metal and repaint it all. So we're just gonna get everything out of here that we gotta get out now, so we don't have to worry about it later. And then my blast guy will come. He'll blast it right here in the driveway. We'll bring it inside. We'll coat it with sealer primer, coat the bare metal, and at that point we will begin rust repair. These little clips here, these actually hold the glove box door on, which we took off already. You don't have to worry about that. And that's it. Glove box is out. Pull this off. This was just a
LED.
little LED lighting I put in.
Does it still work?
It does, but you're not going to be able to reuse it because the sticky will probably, a year from now when I go to put it back in, the sticky probably won't stick anymore. So,
Does it run off a battery or anything?
No, it runs off the wiring on the truck.
Oh, so we can't just use it.
You can put it in your car if you want.
No.
Maybe find a way to bring it up in the house.
I was going to wait till the kid went to work and then stick it in his room.
Well, she could do that.
In an unsuspecting shape.
We could find lighting to do that with.
Yeah, we have it at work. I can get it at work.
This stuff's just Amazon special, so it's not like it's any big loss in here.
No, I was just making other plans with it, if you will.
Yep. And up under here are your floor vents.
Floor vent.
These
Here,
guys
sit
here.
down. Oh, let me sit next to you. Hi.
These guys here, they got to come out, so I can pull those out as well. I just got them screwed in there. I think I got one screw. Yeah, one screw I need to drill for.
Hey,
You're
you single?
no, I'm not. I'm married to this truck.
All right, I understand that. Hold on, where's your screwdriver?
The drill, I just need to drill it.
You need the drill. Drill!
Should have the right bit on it.
Wow.
So floor vents, you take these guys out, you disconnect the lever, and then actually the vent itself, if I remember correctly, is spring loaded. Just kind of pop him up, and they come right out.
Boop.
And make everything look so super simple. Now there is some, you'll see on this one, there is some rust in here that we're going to have to repair when we get this thing stripped down to metal. So that rust is going to have to be repaired. Luckily, it's not visual, so you know my welding skills. I won't have to worry about it being super nice looking.
I want to try and weld.
Okay. Water's right there. Go ahead and get started.
I probably don't have the patience for it.
Probably not. You think?
I could be clutch at it.
Now, they do sell these aftermarket. You can buy new ones. Problem with these is the seals are on them. The seals are all dry rotted, and I think they sell a seal kit. But to do the seal kit, I believe you have to drill out all these stupid little rivets to take these panels apart, put the new seal in, and then screw them all back together. For as far as that goes, I'll just buy new ones. But I'm going to save them for now.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Mm-hmm. Look,
glove
it's a
box.
bag.
Bag. We tag and bag. Tag and bag.
Tag
everything.
and bag, baby.
So we are recording right around Easter. You'll see across the street there, we have the beautiful St. Jude Church as our neighbor. And they're setting up their tent this weekend for a big Easter service.
It's a
And
beautiful
it's a
service,
super
too.
Beautiful service. They'll be out there on Sunday. They'll walk around with live music. They'll be playing guitar and singing, and they'll be walking around with the palm leaves. And it's really, if you're into beautiful Sunday services for Easter, that church does a really beautiful service over there. And then don't forget, to all my Polish friends, the day after Easter is Dingus Day. Make sure you all enjoy your Dingus Day. I know my good friend Nick up north, he don't go to work on that Monday, wet Monday, the day after Easter. I've been telling guys down here in Florida about it, and they thought I was crazy. One of the guys I work with thought I was crazy telling him about Dingus Day. He had to look it up on the internet because he didn't believe me. Real deal.
Delaware does have a large Polish population.
Wet Monday, they call it. Dingus Day. It's a Polish holiday, and they celebrate by going around and throwing water on each other, and boys beat the little girls with pussy willows. I can't make this shit up. You know, hey. Shit. It's one day a year I wish I was Polish.
No, Delaware's got a large Polish population, Irish population,
Well,
Italian.
Used to.
It's still got the Polish section in town.
Downtown Wilmington used to have a big Polish section, but
Did kind of get taken
I
over.
think they kind of got chased out of there by the locals.
Local.
This is just more wiring for the heated seats. So this wiring will go with the seat. Whoever buys that.
Ooh, and fun fact, I got one of those like hammock chairs that hangs from the ceiling, so my husband's going to install it so I can sit in it in the garage while he works on the truck. I'll help him with some stuff, but I'm not very patient.
Of all the
So that's exciting for me.
swings we could have bought to hang around here, that wasn't quite the one I had in mind, but you know.
Whatever.
You know, you gotta keep the wife happy, I guess. We're old, we don't do that kind of stuff anymore. Okay, so some of this wiring, I have it tucked up behind this pad. We're just going to cut that pad out because I'm not going to reuse it, and I'll just get a new one. They're super cheap. So when I go to install the new interior, I'll just buy a new pad. They're not too bad.
So is it copyright if I take the music to a song but just put different words in?
I don't know what YouTube does with their copyright stuff.
Maybe somebody can let me know that. I suppose I could look it up, but
Yeah, there's this thing called Google.
yeah, but you can't believe everything on Google.
Wow.
You remember when I cut the top
Wow.
off the banana tree and you're like, don't do that. I was like, well, the person on the information I got on Google, and you're like, you killed my banana tree, which by the way, I didn't.
Let me know.
I may have killed the spineless yucca though.
The what?
The spineless yucca, the palm tree looking thing.
Oh yeah.
It's called a spineless yucca.
Oh, the one you cut the top off of?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah,
it was like all saggy and falling
Yeah,
over
all
and
saggy.
like moldy. I didn't think the tree was going to come back from like a moldy top. Who wants a moldy top?
Heated seat wiring goes with the seat. All these switches we had hooked up for different
Things.
LED lighting stuff I had going on.
Oh yeah, he had the red halos for a
That way
while.
the red halo lights.
That was cool.
This one on the end actually is for the override for the electric fan. We can take all of those off.
Override, do 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 do. Okay. Ooh, the breeze feels good. It's nice out here today.
Another beautiful day living in Florida.
I love it here.
I love it here.
By the way, you know the other day, NASA set off that rocket launch with the astronauts going further than any humans gone. Well, we could see it from our front yard. Not actually the beginning of the launch, but I'm going to say 8 to 10 seconds in. It was amazing. So when the rockets go off, we've seen a couple SpaceX straight across between our cars by the trees. A lot of the times you can see them. And this was during the day, so we were surprised, but it was awesome. I was so excited.
So what I'm doing here, manual choke. I got a manual choke cable in there. I got to pull that back through the firewall so we can get that out. Disconnect that from the carburetor. On the rebuild, we're not going to use the carburetor or the manual choke. We're looking at upgrading to a Phi-Tech Holly, one of those new school fancy EFI kits. So we're gonna go a little more fancy high tech with the rebuild on this. So you will not be seeing the carburetor in future episodes. Well, in the rebuild, that is. Leave that back in the firewall. Pull the rest in from inside. That.
Mm-hmm. I can look right through the windshield because we don't have one.
Correctly.
What you doing?
Nut on the back side of this that I gotta take loose, and then that guy will come out. What do you think? Half inch or 7/16?
7/16. I like the way this sounds better. Was that correct?
Neither of us were.
Oh.
9/16. Nine sixteenths.
9/16.
Pull that through. Choke cable. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop. That guy there, we're probably going to end up throwing this away. Yep, we're not using it. We'll throw that guy away.
Okay. Can you resell it at a flea market?
No. I could be like one of those hoarders that just keeps crap around here for use for...
Nah.
Someday I might need a choke cable for something. Power port, that we save. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to take this panel off here that I put on. Switch panel, so in the rebuild, we're not going to use the switch panel. There's actually going to be an AC unit that gets mounted right here. So we have air conditioning on the rebuild.
That we do need in Florida.
Yeah. So when we do the rebuild, we're going to put an AC unit here. And since we're putting the AC unit there, we're going to make a custom panel that'll cover up the old heater controls and probably make a switch panel there for whatever switches we need. Ashtray, we're going to make a custom cover for that and either just delete it all together, smooth it over, we're not sure yet. But I mean, ultimately, I don't smoke, my wife doesn't smoke, and even if we did, we don't smoke in the truck. So, no need for an ashtray. We're going to upgrade this dash a little bit.
Do they make like delete plates?
Not for the ashtray.
Okay. Because I know they make
for the radio.
Right, radio delete plate.
Yep. Which I had, and I still have to get rid of the sail. But we're not gonna. We're not gonna reuse that radio delete plate because this time I am actually gonna put the radio in the dash.
Hey.
In the hole.
Came off.
That's off. Boop, boop.
Off.
Underneath. They're off. That's off. You would be the wrong size. You would be the wrong size. Yeah, so that guy there's got those two little prongs, and they go in those two little holes, and you can use it to tighten and loosen this guy. Now obviously that one came off by hand because I didn't have it that tight, but if you're putting them on and you want to snug them up, you just put that guy in there and boop, snug them up, and then boop, loosen them up. And that special tool right there does all that for you. And then, give me a second. Oh, that just slid right out. So we took that out. Let me show you.
And where would you find this special tool?
That's a good question. I don't remember where I got it.
Is there a name for this special tool?
Most of your probably LMC tool or
Okay.
any of your Chevy Classic people would have that. And then this is your light switch I was showing you. That button there is the button that I pressed. That's the spring-loaded button that you have to press down in order for this to come out of here. When that guy goes in, he locks in place, and you got to press that button in order for that guy to come out. And it's a pain in the ass. And get your hand all the way up inside there, and that's usually when this is in right, that's on the top. So you have to come up from the bottom, get your finger over, press that button, and that's how you pull that out of there. A couple little tricks that Chevy did with their tools, with their parts. And that guy came up right off because I didn't put it on tight the last time. Same thing on your wiper guy. Now that one's on tight, so we use our special tool, put that in, and just twist that guy loose. Boop. And that's how you get those little chrome bezels off, your headlight out, and That's how you get your keyed ignition out. And then what happens is if you don't get that out of there, this cover is not going to come off. There's a little notch in here.
Hold on, I'm trying to get to it.
It's hard to tell. There's a little notch where my finger is, and you can use a straight head screwdriver to kind of turn this trim loose, and this will screw right off. But if you don't take that out, that's not coming off. That locks in there. That's got a little shoulder on there that holds all that in. So none of this is coming out if you don't take that off first. Let me go get a straight head screwdriver.
Okay.
Driver, put him right in that notch. There's I believe there's three notches in there. They're hard to tell because of the paint and it's a little dark in here. But just put that little screwdriver right in that notch, kind of give it a little nudge, and that loosens him up. And then you just loosen him up, roll him right out of there. And that's it. Ignition comes off. So that's how that goes. But once again, this guy will not come off if that guy is inside there. That holds, see, it holds it in. See, it won't fall through. There's just enough of a shoulder on there. You've got to get this out in order to get that and that out. And that today is your Chevy Tech tip of the day from Beeves Garage. So just disconnecting my Ford starter solenoid that I have here. And now on the firewall, we're going to pull this off. This is a heater delete plate. We're going to pull that off. All this has got to come off the firewall so we can get the cab off. Yes, I already took the battery out. I'm not working on this with the battery connected. I don't need to tag and bag this on. We're going to put it over here and pile it first. We'll clean it one day. Soon.
Pile of parts.
Pile of parts. Okay, and we're back. So, steering column is out. Took that out. There's a screw here that actually sets on the flat spot. On this side here. Here we are. Yeah, you'll see there's a flat spot there, and that goes inside of that there, and then that screw settings that. Then there's more bolts. There's two bolts here, boop boop. Then there's a round piece that goes around that, and all that locks that in. There's a seal here. And then on the back side, there's another bracket that goes around it that screws into there and there. And then up here, you've got a bracket here that holds it and another bracket underneath here. So you got numerous brackets in there for the steering column. I didn't think you needed to see me taking all them bolts out. So I'm just going to walk you through it. But here, two there, and then again come out the outside, and you take off those two, and then there's a wrap around, and you take that bolt out of there, and your set screw out, and slides in. There's a gasket that goes here, and that's pretty easy. And then of course easy too, because I've got the fender wells off, I've got everything out of the way, so that makes life a lot easier too. Also disconnected the wiring harness. There's a 3/8 bolt that runs in the center that locks that guy in there. So once you take that bolt out, this whole thing will come off. And now there are two harnesses here. These will actually come apart. There's a bracket, this little plastic bracket holds them together. There we go, and then hold them together. These two will come apart. One is the engine harness that goes over to there. The other is the lighting harness that runs around your fender up to here, feeds your lights, also picks up your alternator and your battery. Your engine harness goes over to your solenoid, and then down sends all your juice to your starter and all that kind of stuff, as well as your distributor, sending wire for your temperature gauge, and if you have an electric oil gauge, anything like that, that all goes through your engine harness. So those are pretty simple. All my wiring is from American Auto Wire. They do a really good job with saying factory direct wiring. Matter of fact, when I did this harness, I actually specified that I had an HEI distributor, so they wired that right in to the new harness, so I didn't have to play around doing any of that kind of stuff. So American Auto Wire does a great job. So we've got that off. I just got pulled off of here and away so we can get the cab off. I'll pull a little bit of the stuff off the top of the motor too out of the way. Got to disconnect the speedometer cable. That's still coming. Might be in another video. We're almost done for today. Pulled off the heater delete plate that I had on there. That's gone now. Pulled my solenoid off and just moved that out of the way. So that's gone. And you'll see that we've got most of the interior out today. Slightly tedious because I'm saving a lot of the wiring and stuff, so I don't want to just cut and hack that out of there. I'm making sure I disconnect everything in a way that I'm going to be able to reuse it again. Same with the wiring that I took out for the heated seats. Don't want to hack that up. I'm also making sure to tag and bag everything. Steering column I'm going to reuse. That's going to be reused. So we're reusing that in the rebuild. The oil gauge that was in there, that's not going to be reused. Tachometer was in there, not reusing. The new build, we're going to put everything is going to be in the cluster. So everything will be in there. No need for external gauges. The only other gauge that we're going to have that won't go in there, my trans temp gauge. I do like having a trans temp gauge, especially with my 700 R4. I've been told that you run them things hot, and you can destroy them real quick and easy. So I like to have a temp gauge just so I can keep an eye on my trans temp. But yeah, so that's what we got going on. Got both of the floor vents are out up underneath there. That one's out. That one's out. That one's out. Pretty much everything from the passenger side of the dash is out. Most of this is out. The cluster will be next. I'll get rid of this trans temp gauge. We'll get the cluster out. The cluster, if you've never done one of these, it actually helps if the steering column is out, but it's not out. Usually you at least have to take these bolts out and drop it down, because when I tried to do this before, maybe other guys, when I tried to do this before, the steering column sits up just high enough, this thing won't come out and up enough to get it out. So you at least have to take these bolts out and drop the column in here. Drop the column in here so that you can get this out. So now that the column's out altogether, this will come out easy. Plugs right on the back side. That's super simple. Just a couple screws around the outside. Get the washer wiper motor out. Washer wiper motor's up underneath there. We'll get that out. Get the rest of the stuff cleaned off the firewall. Carpet will be next. And getting all this Dynamat, Killmat stuff, Xmat stuff out of here is probably going to be the biggest chore. But yeah, so that's that. And there you go. Alright guys, that's actually going to wrap it up for today. Once again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you for liking, comment, subscribe. Just an FYI, I got a fresh pack of over 100 stickers here. So if you haven't got your Beeves Garage sticker yet, drop me a message, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, get me your address, and I will gladly send some of these out to you. Next video, we're going to be working on finishing up, getting the rest of the interior out of there. We're going to show you how to get the dash pad off, how to get the dash cluster out, brake pedal assembly, disconnect the gas pedal, a couple of little things. I got to disconnect the master cylinder so the cab will come off. I got to go underneath. I'll show you where the cab bolts are. That'll all be in the next episode. And after that, And next episode after that should be able to have my buddy Matt over here with his equipment, and we can lift this cab off and get it off the frame and start moving on that next part. So, Pete's Garage, thank you very much.